and said that it was real and that it was up there. It was part of his, basically, labeled him a whistleblower or whatever, but it was later in his life, early 90s, before he passed away. And he actually said he saw it. He saw it up there. And he actually had a more detailed hypothesis about the soul catcher. He said that, and this actually is going to line up with something we've heard before. In his book called The Far Journey in 1985, he detailed this, right? He detailed that negative emotions create a substance called LOSH, LOOSH, right? And he says it's by giving negative experiences to human beings, our bodies produce this substance that he referred to as the LOSH. And he says that he actually speculated that other entities on this planet are harvesting that energy for unknown reasons, right? And that they are on purpose forcing us to create LOSH. And before we go any further, there is 100% scientific fact that when your body experiences negative emotion and stress, that it secretes certain types of chemicals that have devastating effect on your body. Stress will kill you. That's a fact, right?
Cortisol.
Yeah. There you go, Jay. Bring in the heat. Cortisol will kill you. In fact, I've only ever heard of it happening one time, but it actually happened in Japan. They have a word for it. Japanese invented working yourself to death. There's guys that have fallen over dead at their desks. These guys aren't working coal mines over there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
like that has happened. There's a word for it too in Japanese, and I can't remember what it is.
So if you're not familiar with Japanese culture, Japanese men, women who are married don't work. That's a fact. Period.
Not for long.
Yeah, not for long. Japanese men work a lot, and so the Japanese men, they work so intensely that it is basically part of their life that they stop at the local pub on the way home, have 2 or 3 beers, sing a karaoke song,
boss.
Then go home to their wife, so they don't bring that into their house. The Japanese are and their wives are waiting at the door, slippers, dinner's ready, no chill. There's nothing over there, right? These guys work that hard. But Japanese men have fallen over dead at their desks working. There's a word for it.
And there's a bit of a rebellion there culturally happening right now. So where that's kind of the root of the whole
not having kids
and the shut-in problem. Like they've got a lot of young men there that have just decided.
Oh yeah, they checked out. Yeah, no, I read about that.
Checked out.
They just checked out of life, man.
I want to say the words they're talking, but I don't think that's the right word. But they just shut themselves off from everything.
Yeah, no, so Japanese. So another thing too, the Japanese do. This is actually going to come back to this. It's a fun fact. Japanese, there is no school break. They go to school year round. They have holidays like spring week, sunflower week, or all this stuff. But there is no stopping school. They don't get a summer break. Just year round they go to school, and their schools do not have heat. You have to wear coats in there, and their schools do not have janitors. You have to clean your own schools, right? And so, very, very, very strict and meticulous, schooling system over there that leads to a lifestyle of basically drone type of life. Anyways, so
yeah, it's bananas.
I think it's amazing.
That's only. I don't think it's good at all. Well, obviously it's not good because, like I've looked up the word. It's hikikomori.
Hikikomori.
And they just severe social withdrawal. Like it's become a pretty big problem there right now.
You know what
and when
they need
you
over
have
there?
Like that kind of lifestyle, dude.
You know what they need over there?
Like what?
Don't airdrop me in, boys. I'm going right into.
We've been there, and they already kicked you out.
I'm going. My visa's still good. I'm going right into Osaka, son. We're about to light the city up, dog. I'm going right into Osaka.
Aren't you like wanted in like Hokkaido and northern Honshu?
No, but I 100% have parking tickets in Yokohama. 100%. Like if 100%. 100%. I have outstanding parking tickets in Yokohama, and and best believe next time I go through Narita Airport, I might get pulled into a room saying, "Hey, look, man, you owe us a couple $100 for these parking tickets, man." So I'll have to square it up then, right? 100%, 100%. So anyways, this same concept of the Loosh actually lines up with African mythology about how the reptilians farm us for negative energy.
Feed off our negative emotions.
Yeah, I cannot remember the actual name of what they called it when the energy that they feed off of us, right? The reptilians that go through it on it. And so that right there is the logic behind where a lot of people are saying that deja vu comes from, is that we're actually trapped on this planet and we get cycled through. We get cycled back and forth, right? And it comes forth.
I mean, there's a couple different ways to look at that. You know, like there's a lot of people who believe that this is all kind of just one thing, right? Like humanity itself is just kind of one thing, right? The idea that you and I are just two pieces of one thing experiencing itself.
So it also lines up with Scientology.
Jesus, right? Here we go. You can't say that word. It's like Voldemort. You're not allowed to say that word. So
it actually lines up with Scientology, which I know is actually...
You'll immediately get like...
And I know that the best lies are often built on a grain of truth, right? So 100% L. Ron Hubbard, who created Scientology, who was a science fiction novel, who was friends with Aleister Crowley, who both were huge pioneers and satanic cults or whatever, and rituals.
Don't get me into it.
He absolutely,
Ron Hubbard.
He absolutely took this and ran with it, right? Right? So, do you believe that this could be plausible?
Oh, Lord of mercy. I don't know, man.
I use the term plausible now.
Subscribe now and turn on the notifications to join us on this extraordinary journey into the unknown.